Dying to create.
No, remove the shades. We don't want the shades, man. The people need to see your face. You can't be a superstar to the people. I missed the white hair.
The white hair.
When was the last time you had that?
Oh, it's been a minute. I think like sometime last year. The last color I had was red.
Is that where your name came from, Stormy?
Yes, it started from there. I had like this white wig that I did, and then I was walking in the streets, and then somebody said, "You look like Storm from X-Men." I was like, "Okay, cool." And then at that time, I was also looking for like a stage name because
who are you before?
Mandisa.
It's just Mandisa. Mandisa Maseko.
My Instagram handle was the name people used to call me. It's a flame.
Flame.
It's a flame.
Oh,
like it's a flame. Yeah. So then at that time, I was looking for another name because I felt like it wasn't really doing it for me. So.
All right, cool. Let me do the intro real quick. What's up, everybody? How you feeling? I'm feeling good. Are you feeling good?
I'm excited.
Are you feeling good?
Are you
lightning.
There's lightning
today. He's a fan. He's a huge fan of yours.
Really?
Yeah.
Shout out to you.
The way you like... The camera is not going to see what I'm doing. Yeah.
Don't break yourself, man. Don't hurt yourself.
Oh my gosh.
All right, everybody who's been tuning in, thank you so much. Welcome to episode 5, right?
Yeah, 5.
Episode 5 of the Dying to Create podcast. And today we have a superstar.
Superstar.
No, I don't even know what your job description is because you do a lot of stuff, man.
Really?
But a lot of people know you as a dancer, yeah?
That's very true.
What are you, dancer, choreographer?
Professional dancer. Put professional before the dancer.
Professional, award-winning, multiple nominations, international dancer. What's happening?
Nothing much. How are you, man?
I'm good.
Glad to be here. It's been a minute, ne?
It's been a minute. You've been hating.
Hating is a very strong word, crowd.
You've been working. You've been loving me from afar.
Of course. Always. I always have love for you, man.
Always.
And
such forever. A 2K thing. Can I do it?
Do this one. We've evolved from this one. It's now this one.
I always feel, I'm only 31 years old, but I always feel very old when I'm surrounded by 2Ks.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I mean, because you guys are so active and so, you're such achievers, man. Mm-hmm. You're fearless.
At my age, what were you doing?
I was how old are you?
I'm 22.
I was getting drunk at last.
What?
Just absconding from lectures and stuff like that.
No way.
Yeah.
For real.
But look at you, man. You're doing big things.
Thank you.
Big things, Agwan.
Thank you.
How does it feel to be 22, 23 when?
16th of August.
Yeah, you're getting old.
I'm getting old.
Yeah.
Come on, nigga. Nah, but when people see me, they always think like she's 18, she's 19. And then when I actually tell them my real age, they're like, oh, really?
And you're moving so boss.
Yeah.
How does it feel to be just 22, but your influence? And I was just going through Instagram and I saw someone who was like, I would really love to dance with you. You've been such an inspiration since I was in grade 5. I'm like,
oh yeah. I saw that as well this morning. And I was like, oh wow. People actually really look at me like I'm somebody that is,
like, when these small girls see you, they're all over you.
They're the cutest. Oh my God, I love them. Shout out to them, all the fans, man. I love them. How does it feel
like to know that you have such an impact?
It's crazy. Like, I never thought that I would actually be where I am today. Like, when I started out, I just thought it's just for fun.
When did you start dancing?
If I'm being honest, I started like a very long time ago. Like, I was 8. But then I was doing ballet at the time and acrobatics. Yeah, and acrobatics.
That's what you're always doing. Can you still do the split?
Of course.
Like proper split or that fake one? You know that fake one where the leg is bent a bit?
Yeah. No, like a proper, like a 180.
Is that the one you do? Yes, the one.
Yeah, that's the one.
Painful.
It's not. You stretch, bruh. I'll teach you.
No.
You want to learn how to split?
That. I think I used to be able to do it when I was younger.
You used to dance, ne?
Yeah.
And then why did you stop?
It just wasn't my thing, I guess.
Crown, I'm disappointed.
No, plus, not that I'm that old. No, I'm very young. But
31 is young.
These things change. So for you, it now seems like a viable career, actually. And it is. But during my time, it was, that thing that you do in high school for fun. And
just
for,
yeah.
Start being an adult.
To get girls.
And start living. No, not pretty much. Pretty much. But yes, also that.
Like people are actually buying like apartments and cars and just through dancing, man. And of course, other things on the side. But like, it's cool to see that people are actually making a living out of just dancing.
Like you, look at you. You are on Kamo Mphela's items.
I'm trying, bro.
How did that come about? Before we get to that, you're telling me about where you started. Like when you started.
Okay. So like I said, I was doing ballet and acrobatics. My mom would take me to like these lessons, you know, all the time. And this was back in SA. So, and also at that time, I also used to watch like a lot of Beyonce and Michael Jackson. And then I would imitate what they're doing. And then I would have these shows at home where I'll tell everybody to like, come watch me, bro. Come, like sit there. Everybody would sit there.
It's insane. You mentioned Michael Jackson. I mean, that was my guy growing up.
Really?
So,
Smooth Criminal.
You know, I would think maybe, bro, I can still moonwalk. I just don't have space. Can you moonwalk?
I can.
I bet I can do it better than you, though.
Should we like challenge each other?
No, it's not that. It's rough here, you know. I need smooth space.
Now we'll do it. We'll take a video.
Space.
Yeah.
So you were watching Michael Jackson. Usher? Not much.
Not really. It was mainly Michael Jackson. You had this should I say production or thing that he dropped called This Is It.
Oh yeah.
Back then. So I would watch.
For you, it was back then, but for me, it was not that long back.
But then. So I'd watch that and all of Beyonce's tours, and I'd always copy what she's doing. I'll be like, I want to be doing that someday. You know what I mean?
Beyonce's amazing, bro. Like the production level. I may not be a big fan of everything else, but the production.
She can dance, she can sing, multi-talented acts as well.
Yeah. So is that something? Is that someone that you looked up to, like an idol, so to speak? I don't like using that word, but like
growing up, yeah, definitely. Even now, yeah, I still do look at her. And also Kamo, locally, like here.
Yeah, dance has never been that big, or
locally, I would say.
Like, what does our dance history look like in Zim?
It's Chigicha. Yeah. And there's what's her name again? Sandra Ndebele.
There's Sandra. Yeah, she started like a very long time ago. Like she's been, and she's still dancing now. It's crazy. So I'm trying to think of a local person that I would.
No, don't strain yourself. We all know it's not. There's no one. Not that there's no one who's been dancing.
I'm sure they're there, but I don't really.
Because you also didn't grow up here like your formative years, right? You stayed in SA.
Yeah.
From what age?
Were
you born that side?
No, I was born here, and then my mom moved to SA, and then I followed. So I followed just before grade 1, if not grade 1, around about that time. Yeah. So I started my grade 1 at St. Thomas, and then I didn't finish, and then I had to go stay with my mom.
How long did you stay in SA?
From grade 1 till grade 8. And then I came here to start my Form 1. So I only came back because my grandparents felt like education this side was like better. Top tier. Yeah. So that's why I came back. I feel like, for them, they felt like I shouldn't write matric.
I mean, they're like, especially in high school, in people's pubescent years, it can get like chaotic or circus like or wild. Yeah.
Yeah, well, they had their reasons. And they just felt like, no, we need our grandbaby here. And
so when you came back, you're staying with the grandparents?
Exactly.
How was it like readjusting to Zim? Like the language, I'm sure you were struggling with it.
I had braces. Let me tell you. I had braces when I first came, right?
You look like you have braces right now.
Man, these are just gems.
Isn't that like painful? Like, where's that thing?
Oh, this is just a smiley. This is a piercing. It was painful. And I got it like...
Which part is being pierced there?
This part, yeah.
No.
It was painful. I won't lie. It was. But then people, hey, you see, we're jumping from topic to topic. But okay, let me tell you about the smiley.
Yeah, see, that's the problem. This is how we usually talk anyway. So I'm trying to keep you on topic.
Okay, so like this smiley.
It's not my style. Not my style.
Okay, crowd, I see you. So like the smiley, right? I was told that it's going to be a 2 out of 10 in terms of the pain. And then when I got it, bro.
No way. That's
it was painful.
2 out of 10. That's a 10 out of 10.
It was painful. And I went with my friend and she was getting a nose piercing and she literally like teared up on one side the side that she was getting pierced on. Yeah. And it was crazy. And then she went first. And I'm like, so if she's like this and this is just a nose, what more, like, you know? So when I got it.
What was the motivation? Like there? What other piercing do you have? I remember when you used to have, you used to put something, but that was fake.
Oh, that was, the boring, yes.
Yeah.
That one was fake. I don't have a piercing here. I have 6 piercings, 2 on each, like up here and down here, and then my nose and then my smiley.
Are you going to increase?
I don't think so now. Maybe just a belly ring, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah, you're moving towards dangerous territory.
No, that's like, I think I'll stop there. Belly ring. Yeah, but then that's like, yeah, not anytime soon. Do you have any piercings?
No, not even a full stop on my. Even
I mean, I had tats.
Maybe a few scratches.
So like.
But people like my friends usually say that piercings are more painful than tats.
Definitely, I think so. I don't have piercings, but like during this was okay, but like during the night, the weather changed and it got cold, and I have never felt pain like that. I wanted to chop my arm off.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
How long did it take you to finish your tat?
I did it in a day.
Oh, okay. That's not.
You don't have tattoos?
I don't even have
by
one.
the sink there. I remember that day. Yeah. By the sink.
Yeah.
What were you doing at the sink?
At the old studio, like I did it outside. You know, our studio Il Deuce, like, isn't there a sink that's just outside? We were seated outside.
A sink?
You don't remember that space?
There was a sink?
Yeah.
Outside.
There's a sink outside. Isn't you get into the studio, when you come out, there's a sink that's right there, and then the toilets are here.
Oh yeah. The toilets were here. The sink is there. Then the entrance. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I see it. So what were you doing at the sink?
No, we were just sitting outside. He's like the
I thought you went and got your tattoo by the sink.
Being tattooed is like.
Oh, shame, man. And then how long did it take you to get a heel? Yeah.
It took a while, maybe like a week, but the initial pain just lasted for like a day or 2.
Okay. It's not too bad.
I'm still thinking of expanding it or getting another one.
Yeah, man, go ahead.
What about you and tats? You're not going to get one?
I feel like it's painful. Like,
not more painful than this, though. I can guarantee you that. Is that good for your teeth? Is that?
Yeah, like man.
The ones that are.
Yeah. They're not
good. They're not bad.
They're just in the middle.
I feel it. I feel you.
Mm-hmm.
I feel you. I feel like I took you off topic. I don't even remember what we're talking about. I was talking about readjusting to Bulawayo.
Oh, okay.
When you came back. So, where did you go to learn when you came back?
Masiya Pambili College.
Yeah, private school, you know.
Ish.
English throughout, at least.
Yeah.
They should have taken you to maybe Mziligaze High, where English is like punishment.
Imagine if I actually went to like a public school or government school.
And you couldn't speak Ndebele.
Yeah. But then I could understand Zulu. That's the thing. I could understand.
You couldn't speak Zulu also. Why couldn't you speak?
You know what? When I was in SA, right, I went to an Afrikaans speaking school, right? So they would teach us in Afrikaans majority of the time. They would teach us in Afrikaans, all that kind of stuff. So I kind of like drifted. And I wish like I didn't go to that school, because now it's like affecting me now. You understand? Like my Ndebele is not as fluent, but I can speak it.
You can't speak.
Yo!
She can't speak Ndebele.
I can. Or more. I can. It's just that I'm not fluent in it.
No, you're not. Shona even worse. Can you speak Shona?
Do you know Kona?
I know you understand.
Yeah, definitely. You speak to me in Shona at times. You say things. Let me not say speak to me in Shona, but you mix like your English and your Shona and your Ndebele.
So how was that experience, like readjusting, making friends? Was it easy, the transition?
So when I went to Masiya, right, coming from SA, I didn't know that, okay, for example, one thing that was like, that hurt me a little bit was I got bullied.
Right.
Yeah. I got.
They do. Why?
So,
okay, let's go.
Number one, right? I came from SA with these braids. So you know how like Form 1 all the way to like your Form 4, you can't have braids. You need to have like freehand or you're bald. So my grandparents also didn't know that. So first day of school, I go there with these braids. I'm coming from SA. I've got braces, all that. And hey, this girl. And then that day, there was also assembly. So now, the first day that I went, there was also assembly. So now I get into the hall and I'm standing there and like all these eyes and I'm like, what's going on? What's happening? And I see everybody in my stream, like they all just have this whole freehand look going on type vibe, And then I'm just there with braids. And then they told me that day that you can't have this hairstyle, child. You have to remove it. You have to cut your hair or you have to plait. I didn't know. And my grandparents didn't know because I think they would have told me like the school that you're going to, this is the rules and this is what you need to follow. You understand? So cool. Then I was also bullied by, they used to talk about my complexion. Right. The girl that used to bully me is actually one of my closest friends right now.
Complexion is in your dark skin.
Exactly. And this was also back in SA. They also did the same thing.
Your dark skin.
Yeah. Because remember I told you it was an Afrikaans speaking school.
We have that in common. Like I've always been, from the jump, I've always had issues. People have always dissed me because of my dark skin.
Serious. And how did you deal with it? How did you take it?
I thought it was normal growing up.
Being dissed.
Like, it's not the dissing part that I thought it was normal. I thought it was normal that I was being told that I'm this way. Like you're different, so
you're the special one.
You're not cool. You're the crazy thing is my older brother's light skin, proper light skin.
Oh.
So
what happened to you?
I just came out this way.
Okay.
I just came out this way, So from.
And you didn't feel some type of way about it?
I did. Of course I felt some type of way.
Yeah. And then how did you deal with that feeling?
I started getting girls in Form 2. How?
Yeah.
Oh, I was not expecting you to say that.
Let me tell you, that's what gave me confidence. I used to feel like, when you're growing up and just having crashes and all that, but I never focused on it because I'd be like, I'm the shit. They don't like me, but they call me Mchankela or whatnot, all the other stuff, Hey, they talk to that black one, that black like Tara.
Black like under the bed. Like they used to say so many crazy things and then you just ask yourself.
Trauma bonding, right
it's
now.
Crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy.
But yeah, so when I eventually went to high school and there was this fire girl, but I wasn't bothered about it until I heard that she was feeling the boy.
Aww.
And I'm like, oh, okay. And then I eventually approached her and she's like,
look at you now.
From then onwards,
came a power couple.
My superpowers were activated.
Come on now, as it should be.
It was like Spider-Man when he realized he could backflip or walk on.
Yeah.
So I get you. That just knowing that, what I am can be acceptable, can be considered good looking or handsome or whatever it is.
Yeah.
At least that's what helped me.
That's pretty dope.
I don't know whether it was actually helping me or I just used that to mask what
you were actually feeling inside. Yeah.
So how did you deal with it though?
I cried and I didn't want to go to school and it was like very painful for me. Like I remember this was back in SA though. The other kids would like write on like a paper. So it was this one time that I remember where they wrote on a paper like so many disses.
Damn. What is it, a predominantly white school?
Yeah, it was. But then now it's like, now it's proper. Now it's proper. So like they wrote on a piece of paper.
I don't know, man. Because for me, from my experience, like the kids used to hang out at the white school. The black kids were with the white guys were dark guys. I think with girls, it's in reverse or something. I don't know.
I mean, you went to CBC. That was
boys' school.
A lot of white guys.
Yeah.
Even the other school.
Were you bullied?
No.
Oh, okay.
Like most. But then usually the black kid that hangs out with the white guys is very dark.
It's like a token black. It's like,
but it's
guys, we also like black guys. We have the blackest friend.
Yeah, something like that.
That's crazy.
Damn, I can imagine.
Yeah. So they would write on a paper like all these disses and all these cuss words and all that kind of stuff. And they'll be like, that's why your daddy left. Things like that. It was painful.
Kids can be mean.
bro, this is
girls can be mean.
No, kids can be mean.
Kids, bro.
Guys don't say that.
No, and girls, of course.
Guys don't
No,
stoop that
girls
low.
are sweethearts. What do you mean? What experience did you have
Girls can
with
be
girls?
No, like I'm saying with guys, like
Yeah.
you would see like they don't care. That's the thing. They only care about your character. But with girls now, it's a jealousy thing.
Oh, okay, yes, I get what you mean. Like the girls were the ones dissing me. Yes,
Yeah.
it was the girls mainly.
Does
the
she
ones.
need to silence the item?
Yeah.
Yeah, because, we get it. You're a superstar. You're busy. And you have your iPhone 15 that
Busy and
cash,
booked.
that you bought cash, but we needed to go on silent, please.
Okay, sure, you can put it on silence. So yeah, that's what they did, and then
But they're also dissing you about your parents being separated.
yeah, because at the time my mom and my dad, like my dad was here, my mom was that side.
Oh, okay.
And then my mom married my stepdad,
All
who's
right.
now my dad right now. So they'll be like, that's why you don't have a real dad, things like that. So then one day what happened was, no, that same day, why am I saying one day? That same day during break time, I could pick up that these people were laughing at me. You know, when you can just tell that these people like, okay,
Like when
they're giving me a snide look. They're like, checking me out like this, like, Yeah. So then I saw that they were writing something down. And then during break time, someone put it like underneath like a textbook or something like that.
Yeah.
And then I went back into the classroom to look for that paper, and I found that paper. And I saw everything that they were writing about me.
But how old were you?
This was like grade 6, grade 7.
6th grade, 7. It's like 12, 11.
Yeah, around about that time. So then I broke down, like I cried, because these were like also my friends at the time were also a part of that.
What's going on?
And I thought, okay, they would stand up for me or whatever. And then because of the color of my skin, they'll be like, hey, she's got AIDS, she's like, because, like crazy things like that, like
That
for
is
real.
crazy.
And then I cried, and then I took that paper and then I took it to my mom. And then she read it, and then she came to the school, and then she spoke to one of the teachers.
Yeah.
And then the teacher made those girls apologize to me. So that was like one incident that I can like remember. And then they just used to like make me feel like an outcast, and like in Tswana they say muntu, like you're very dark, like a dark person, like So yeah, that was that. And then here it was one of my friends, like,
So how did that, so you didn't quite have a good experience at school in SA? Or was it in the beginning?
Yeah, it was just only in the beginning, because after that, everything, I feel like it was now okay. Like, I didn't even want to like go to school.
You never really got to fit in? Or did you actually?
I kind of did. I did eventually. Yeah, this was like towards the end now.
So do you think that has something to do with how nervous you get before you, like, having experienced that when you were new?
Definitely.
Did that affect you?
Oh, yeah.
Like you were shaking before we started, right? Like I know you shake all the time, right? Before you do anything.
Yeah. But
So
I feel like, it did play a huge part in that. And also like in the, like, okay, let me finish. Yeah. I need therapy.
You do, because that's a trauma, right? Like you're still, every time you start something new, you're experiencing that that initial moment again.
I get.
Have you ever thought about it that way? I'm not a psychologist.
No, but I get where you're coming from.
I'm like, how I see it, it's like every time you do something new, it takes you back to that first experience where what if people think I'm too dark, or what if people think I'm too this, or do you think so?
This is where the whole, then from there, let me finish. Then from there, right, I come here, and then here, like, the school was like filled with like black kids. Like, yeah, like we were fine. Yeah, like we were cool. There were like 3 or 4 colors at the time. In my class, there was one colored chick, and she's actually my friend right now. Cool. So then, at school now, I wanted to say grade 1, Form 1. I mean, Form 1 now. There was this girl, right? She's my friend right now, and she used to like just everyone.
Yeah, she was just like
she was just like, she just used to diss everybody. And then I didn't like want to go to school because I knew that she would pick on me if I come to school. You understand? So she used to diss me and my other friend, because my other friend was like bigger built, you understand? And then I was like the dark one. And then she used to like,
yeah, what a combination.
Hey, bro.
The fat one and the dark one.
Yeah. So her and the others would like, call us names, whatever. They would even draw us on the board. They would do some crazy things like that, right? So now I felt like, these people are always picking on me. And I didn't have like the best skin at that time. You understand?
Skin was not skinning.
The skin was not skinning. And then this is where makeup came in. And I was like, yeah, this is why I love it so much, because now I was trying to cover up like all these things that people used to like, these insecurities, you understand? Yeah, I was trying to cover all that up, and from there, well, now we're friends, now we're cool. Like we actually laugh about the whole experience and all that kind of stuff.
Why does she say she used to diss you? What was her reason?
She used to enjoy, like she used to like enjoy making other people laugh, and I mean, we would all diss each other, but then she would pick on me more and pick on my other friend more. And then it would make us like feel like we don't want to go to school. So like,
plus you already have this underlying issues.
So like it really sucked. I won't lie to you. Like it really, really sucks. And like, it's still very visible in my head. Like it feels like it happened yesterday. So maybe I do need therapy.
You do need therapy.
But I just brush it off, man. It is what it is. Yeah.
It feels like someone who would go through stuff like that would have social anxiety.
I feel like, no, but I'm a people's person. Like I talk to... a little bit.
Or maybe you're overcompensating. Like.
It could be. Because people think I'm very confident. But I feel like this is just a facade. It's not really... Like, guys, it's crazy.
I know. Like, I know. I worked with you before. Like, I know.
Yeah, like it's
you need
crazy.
a serious pep talk
before we start. Like, I need to.
But it doesn't even show when you're now on stage. Like, you're the most confident looking. Like, this girl is killing it, booked and busy. Nails did, hair did.
God did.
Yeah, right. Like, everything is happening, but there's so much going on underneath.
Yeah, thank you.
But
man.
you feel like you've dealt with it though? Like all of that?
I think I just chose to ignore it, and I just like hid it, like some way.
Or you just like, it is what it is?
Yeah.
Did it give you tough skin, or you're a very sensitive person?
Yeah, it did. Because now even like in the comment section, like people do say crazy things on TikTok when we upload things, and I just laugh about it. I'm just like, oh, okay. Then I like use that comment,
Like it doesn't affect you that much.
So I think it did give me some sort of tough skin.
So do you see yourself becoming like a dark skin advocate or anything like that?
I wouldn't mind doing that. I wouldn't mind actually doing that, and
man, we need to do something for our fellow dark skin brothers. But I think it's cool because now, when girls see you, they're like, oh, she's also dark skin. Representation is important.
That's very true. Yeah. That's very true.
Yeah, let's go back to the question.
Boys.
Okay.
Work. You're always working.
Always working.
When do you rest?
I rest when I'm not working.
You're not working, which is 1 day, 2 days.
It depends on the schedule and it depends on what I'm doing. You understand?
And why do you work so much?
Why?
Does it feel like work? Because some people be like, I dance because I love it, so it never feels like work. I don't feel like I'm working right now because this is part of some of the things that I enjoy doing. I don't have a boss. I have my own boss. That type of vibe.
I got a lot of work to do after this.
Yeah, well.
I enjoy dancing. I don't think I see it as work. I do get tired from it though. How do
you maintain the energy levels? I remember the other day I sent you, I was like, you look tired on your video.
Yeah.
I think you're genuinely mad at me that day.
Yeah. I was like, this guy.
I think you did, I was just trying to motivate you, but you know how I work anyway. I don't, the compliments come.
You're always dissing me.
No.
Always. Guys.
There's always the truth in some of this.
Yeah.
But you did look tired. I was just worried about you. Like, you need time.
Yeah. That was
the number rehearsals and whatnot.
That was 2 months of a rehearsal.
Yeah.
You understand? So when we actually finished, it felt, you know what? Those 2 months, I learned a lot. And this was actually the longest time that I've actually had to rehearse with a group of people for an event. 2 months. Usually it's like a week, maybe a month. No, but for the BAs,
you used to do a lot of rehearsals.
That was just a week.
It was just a week.
It's just a week of... So we'll start maybe on a Friday and then the BAAs are on that Saturday.
Oh, okay.
Something like that. Or we start on the Monday, BAAs are on the Saturday. So it's not 2 months. Nah, it's not 2 months.
2 months. It was
But
Hectic.
like it was hectic. I won't lie to you, but the experience was amazing. Like I wouldn't change it for anything. I learned a lot.
What did you learn?
GT. It's called GT.
The
shaking. Yeah.
Ah, yeah. Ah, yeah.
Exactly. You. High five, bro.
Are you a big fan?
It's growing on me. The music is growing on me a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a dope artist. What he's doing with his genre and trying to make it palatable to us.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's very
because
true.
you're a 2K, you're all about nice and fancy things. So for someone to actually appreciate a genre like JIT means that he's doing a good job.
Yeah, and dancehall as well. Like I wasn't a fan of Master H up until the Namas.
Yeah.
Up until I saw him perform or performed with him. You understand? And it was like, wow.
Who was the coolest person you met during that period? Like the coolest. Like you're like, damn.
The coolest person.
Yeah, like you're like, I mean, I'm sure all of them are cool.
Martin. His name is, he's not an artist. He's a former dancer. He was like the director and the guy behind, everything that you saw the day of the night.
He was a choreographer.
He helped.
Who was choreographing?
Kuku and Cooper. Kuku and Cooper.
Oh, Cooper.
Yeah.
Cooper's also dope.
He's amazing.
He's dope.
He's the one who choreographed Master H's piece.
He's dope.
That's
underrated, but very.
Yeah, he's dope. Shout out to them, both of them. They were amazing, man. They were amazing. So I feel like Martin was the coolest because I never worked with Martin. I just heard of a Martin from Harare who's part of JCMC and he does this. So he really pushed us. And when we're not working, we're always laughing. And he was always doing silly things. So I feel like he was the coolest person that I met and I enjoyed working with him, and shout out to him. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. And in terms of an artist, the coolest artist, I'll say we only got to spend time with BAA Win and Tammy Moyo. Those two. And of which B is my friend.
You already knew.
Yeah, B is my friend. I would have said she was the coolest, but like, I mean, I would be biased.
All right, let's talk about we're fine. Let's break that. Let's talk about the DMs. Like, who's the coolest artist who has ever DM'd you? Like, let's work. Other than the other DMs that you probably get.
This was most probably Njab's finest from Soweto's finest. He was the one who DM'd me to be like, let's work on the Kamo video.
Word. You were already that side by then.
Yes, I was already in SA. So I feel like that was the coolest DM ever because, you
couldn't believe it.
I couldn't believe it. It was crazy. I was like, there's no way, bro.
Like, because you recently, like the 2 months that you were here doing the numbers before you were in SA, like,
yes.
Right, you'd move. How did that happen? Like, yesterday we were talking with Chekana and I was talking about like, my whole career, my whole life is just grace. Some of the things that happen, I don't even understand how. And I feel like you're one of those people that actually have a lot of grace because wherever you go, you're always going to get picked out. You stand out.
Aww.
So, like, it was insane for me to hear you say, I'm in SA, and then like a few months down the line, you're in the hottest video that has just dropped the hottest song in the streets. And your face is the first one we see you in the video opens up like, okay.
How did it happen?
I mean, I had always known it and seen it, but like to just see it happen like that. How did that come about? Like, how was the adjustment period also like?
So I'll start like from the beginning.
Yeah.
So the only reason why I went to SA was for a dance competition called Global Dance Supreme. I was going with Robin, the one that I usually dance with. Yeah. So we were going together. We were going to go and compete in that competition. And we'd been talking about it for months that, okay, we have to do this. And the year before, my grandfather passed away and I was meant to go with the crew.
Rest in peace to Kulu.
Yeah. Thank you. So the year before I couldn't go because of that. And then the rest of the team, they went and they took part as a crew though. As a crew. So this time we were going as a duo, just Robin and I. Yeah. So we went, cool. And then we took second place in our division. So that was crazy. So from there, what happened from there? Oh, from there, Soweto's finest was having dance auditions. and they were looking to recruit new members.
So it's as fun as like one of the biggest.
Yeah, let's just say it is the biggest dance studio in SA. Yeah. So they were having dance auditions. They were looking to recruit new members. So Robin was like, let's go and let's just go see what's going to happen. And Robin had gone to SA before, and he had gone to like a number of auditions, you know. And
this was your first time.
And this was like my first audition.
So you're shaking like a leaf.
You don't even understand.
What I like about you is as nervous as you get, you always do it though.
Yeah, I always do it. I don't know. Something just happens, you know, the switch just goes, then we operate. So yeah. We go there, we audition, and they loved what we auditioned with, the piece that we auditioned with. And they made it the official dance challenge for the song that we were dancing to. And they made us teach everybody that was there. So we had a workshop. All of a sudden, it's a workshop. Now we're teaching people.
Now you're teaching.
And we thought we're just going for an audition.
How are you feeling? Like, as this is happening, like...
It was happening so fast, bro. Like from there, that's when, I think from the competition, that's where things just went and like she kind of said, like, Grace, I also don't know. I honestly don't even know. Like, God's got me.
Like I'm the dopest dancer around. Like, we're the dopest.
And that's the thing. Like, I don't think I'm the best, but I think I'm good at what I do.
The passion.
It's the passion. It's the drive. It's the love. Like, literally, you know, it was crazy. So then we got the part. I mean, we got recruited. Yeah. Then from there, what happened after that? I don't know. Then from there, I think that's when I got the DM from Jabs. And of which at that time, I think like we knew each other. Like they knew me from social media.
Yeah, from social media.
Yeah, they knew Robin from TikTok as well. So they knew us and they were like, guys, where have you been? We're like, nah, we've been pushing in Zim. That's what's up. And they're like, oh, we're glad that you guys, you know, could join us and be with us. Yeah. So then from there, that's when I got the DM. Just one random day, I was at home and I get this DM like, girl, we would love to have you and Robin come through for the music video. We start rehearsal tomorrow. And then, cool, tomorrow comes through. But then we were also rehearsing for the Soweto Derby. That was also happening. So we were doing that and we're doing Kamo. So the Soweto Derby. The Soweto Derby.
It's all right.
Derby.
Yeah, Derby. Yes.
So it's a day.
It was also happening. And, but that was happening before Kamo's shoot. Yeah. So
how did you feel when you heard that it's Kamo's?
I cried. Shoot. And then I called my mom. I video called my mom. And I'm like, so my mom was in Northwest with my dad at the time. And I'm in Joburg with my sister. Yeah. And my sister is like passed out on the couch. And I'm there like... You know,
because I knew like your admiration of Kamo. Like everyone on social media knows, like just from your posts.
Literally, like I love her. Love her. Like literally love her. Like it was one of those dreams that I felt like they're just too far away. They're just like literally like
in a space of
you know, like month, even if you do this, you can't even see the dream, man. And then when it happened, man, it was like even now, people still ask me, how was it? I don't know how to answer you because I'm still processing it. Like, what? What do you mean?
I can imagine. It feels like it's something that you were like, maybe when I'm later on in my career, I can take that off my box, but it just happened. It happened so early.
You know, and I'll be like, will I ever be good enough to actually share the same stage as her? Because she's amazing. Like she's electric on stage. She's literally hands down like piano queen. You understand?
Yeah, I can believe it when you say you cried. Because
like I literally cried. Like
do you cry a lot?
When moments like this happen, yeah. Like the video you sent me. When I won the BAA, tears, man.
Did you open my video first? Because I'm sure a lot of people sent you.
So, okay, we're getting there. So we were doing the Soweto Derby, right? So we were rehearsing for the Soweto Derby and then that was cool. We did that and then now we were focusing on the shoot. Yeah. So now we're doing the shoot. I mean, we're doing rehearsals. And I just couldn't believe it. Then she would come in. She came in the first day of rehearsal. Guys,
You couldn't believe it. You're like, oh my goodness, what's happening?
no ways. And she paused. Like I was standing facing that direction, and the entrance is that side. And
Now my heart is beating fast for you. Like, you tell her, you're like,
it was crazy, man. And she paused like this, and I'm like, huh? Like, no way. What do you mean? She's actually here. Like, she's actually here. We did rehearsal. She was so cool. She greeted everybody. She said, thank you guys, We'll have rehearsal again. She'll come through. We'll be practicing. Yeah, it was cool. It was litty. And then comes the day of the shoot. Then we shoot. And it was amazing. Literally amazing. Like there were times where she would be standing here and I wouldn't even believe.
Have you gotten a chance to just speak to her? Just a few words. Just like.
No, I didn't get a chance to like have a conversation with her, scared. But it was just, it could be, nah? Yeah, like I was just in shock. Like she's actually here, man.
But they say don't meet your heroes because they'll disappoint you.
That's actually true. Like, but for me, no, it wasn't like that. Like maybe because I didn't have a conversation with her. Like it was just hi, how are you?
You can also just feel someone's aura and
their energy, ne? Yeah, but her energy was always good, man. Like
she was good to everybody.
Yeah, she was good. I can't even lie and say like, oh shit, man. Nah, she was amazing, literally amazing. And then we do the shoot, and then from there, it's now time for Gauteng Sports Awards. So things are just happening like this, Things are just Gauteng Sports Awards are happening, and then before that, I had another audition for now I don't remember the order. See, I don't know if it was
booked and busy.
Yeah, but like no, this was actually before we shot Dali. So this was the audition that Benny Jr., he's one of like the choreographers in SA. He was having auditions for Hey Neighbor, this big festival that happened in SA.
The one where Kendrick came?
That's the one. Yeah. So he was looking for dancers for certain artists that were going to be performing there. So we had this crazy audition and everything went well. Got the part. Robin got the part as well. Then straight after, that's when we did Gauteng Sports Awards. And then Gauteng Sports Awards were on the day of the BAAs. You understand? So it was, on that Saturday. So we were in rehearsal that week before the Gauteng Sports Awards. And then that happens. And then now I'm on my way home. And then I just decided to go on a live. I was just so tired, and I was talking to one of my friends, and then we were just talking about like random things, and then my phone starts going. I'm like, what is happening? Okay, cool. I cut. I'm like, yo, I'll look for you. Bye. Your message was the one that was at the top. I open. It's the video. Hey, Mandisa Maseko.
That's crazy.
I went, what? Yo! I'm like, what do you mean?
What's happening? So much is happening. Sometimes you can't believe it's your life. You're like, I need to,
God is amazing and God works in mysterious ways. Literally. And like the tears I watched that video like so many times. I forward to my mom, I forward to my dad. And they're also like, wait, BAAs or today? I'm like, and then she calls, it's like, oh my God, we won! Shout out to you, girl! That whole thing. And then now I'm looking at the other messages and it's just my friends, they're sending voice notes, they're screaming, they're like so happy, all that kind of stuff. And then
people love you, man.
I love them too.
Because the number of people that screamed when you won were different from the number of people that were screaming for other people when they won. It's just like
serious. Yeah. Oh my God, man! Thank you for you guys.
And people love you.
So that was crazy, man.
Social media has been powerful for you.
Nah.
Yeah.
It has. I feel like it has, especially TikTok. And then Instagram, so and then YouTube.
You're like a proper celeb. But do you get stopped in the streets? How many times do you like? Oh, I know Bulawayo people don't like to show that they're a fan of someone. Most of them.
Yeah.
But do you get to those funny looks like someone is like?
Yeah, I do. Like, especially like these kids, man, and they'll be so afraid to come to me, and then I go to them and I give them hugs, and I'm like, "How are you?" Like, "Oh my God, we know you from TikTok."
And the fact that there's a lot of we have a lot of satellite dishes, and when Dali comes on,
and even till today, I have like my friends from all over that will like they'll be watching Dali, then they'll send a voice note. We're listening to Dali right now. We see you, and then they'll record
time I see it, it's so cool, man. It is just so cool to know someone personally and then see them on TV.
And you're just like, what?
Like that. I'm like,
crazy,
I can do that too.
Crazy. So that was that. No, you could, if you wanted to. If you wanted to, you could get back in the cave. So from there, after, where was it? Gauteng Sports Awards. Yeah. Then we started rehearsing for Hey Neighbor. So there we were meant to perform with Kamo. So that was going to be my first official performance with her, with Kamo. Yeah. But then that didn't happen. There was like, unforeseen circumstances that happened on that same day. But we were rehearsing that whole week. The girls, we were in rehearsal every day pushing. And I was the only one that didn't know the choreo. All the other girls did. Okay, you came in late or they'd done it before? Because they had performed with Kamo before. Oh, okay. You understand? Okay, so they had performed with Kamo and they already knew that, okay, from here we do this, from there, But they were so patient with me, and shout out to them, man. They were so patient with me. They taught me everything that I needed to know. You didn't struggle with fitting in like you did back in high school when you went back to SA. And like they don't even treat me different. Like they know that I'm from Zim, and like it was just amazing. Like I never felt any moment where I felt like these people are making, like they're segregating me or they're making me feel some type of way. Nah, it was cool, hey, bro. Shout out to them. Shout out to like the girlies, at Soweto's finest. Even Tom London, shout out to him as well, because if it wasn't for him, all these opportunities would have been chai. So he saw something in me that he felt like, you know what? She's one of us. So he even asked me the other day, where are you hiding? I'm like, hey, I'm calm. You're hiding in the punt. This is the punt. I feel like I discovered you, but it's fine. You discovered me. Oh, because after that video that we did in terms of it, everyone wanted you. Am I capping though? No, I won't lie. After that video, I did get a lot of other video shoots. That did happen. That's after. What I'm saying. Yes, like, I did. Like, I was like, who's this? Because he edited the video. I sent it to him. After I sent this is the move today. Just him. I don't know. I was like, what? Are you stretching? What's happening, bro? Nah. Right. I'm just reenacting what I saw the first time. I was like, what is this? What is happening? Yeah. I need a percentage. It's okay. I'll give you your 2%. It's fine. Got you, I'll take 2% off $1 billion. So you're gonna be $1 billion. Okay, cool. Nah, I got you. But that was crazy. Like even the faces, like where did that come from? Like the face, like I also don't know. Animated, like you're a totally different person on stage. I know. Like even my dad would be like, when I see you like this, you just look like a small little skinny child. But then when you're on stage, you're like it's all the Hulk. In the Hulk, I don't even know. It just happens on its own, man. No, there's Mandisa, there's Storm. You understand? Mandisa, there's Storm. Yeah. I get it. What about the hosting? You did a bit of hosting. I did do that, and emceeing as well. And are you gonna go back? I feel like. Were you struggling with the hosting? I was, because I can't speak in front of people. If dancing is hard, what more speaking? Speaking is hard. It's guys, I don't even know. But then I just do it. I feel like when I do it with the boys, like when we're performing and I'm just like hyping, being a hype man, it's like different than having to MC and entertain a crowd and host and do all of that kind of stuff. I felt like you needed time to ease into it. I also do. And at that time, I felt like you moved into it real quick. I'm glad that I stopped, because I feel like now I need to just like find your own style also. Because I remember at that time, people were trying to turn you into a young Kamo, like to do everything that she's doing. Say what she's saying. Hype the way she's hyping, host the way that she's hosting. So I feel like, I just need time. Go back into it? Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing it, but now I want to do like DJing, I mean, you've been slacking on that, but it's fine. No, relax, bro. I've been up to something. I can't say it now, but maybe off camera I'll tell you. You're hiding stuff. Now we're hiding stuff. No, I'll tell you off. I'll tell you off camera. It's fine. But it'll be so dope. Something. Yeah. It's just that dancing takes up so much of my time. So much time that like I never have time to do all the other things that I love doing. You understand? But then I do them in my free time here and there, but not as much as I would have wanted to. What else do you love doing? I feel like you used to, when we first met, you were talking about school. Law. Yes, law. All that. Mm-hmm. I enjoy watching a lot of law stuff. What happened to that dream? We're still pursuing it. So I applied and sad. I applied at UNISA and I didn't get the spot. I didn't have the right paperwork.
But who needs law? You're famous now.
I need law. What's gonna happen if like I get bumped by a car? God forbid, but imagine I lose my legs.
Nah, that's not gonna
I'm gonna be dancing like this.
Yeah, you've been doing that dance. That has been
Show us. Nah. Like I just need something to have,
something you
to fall back on.
You know, it sounds crazy to say you want to fall back. Law, I'll just fall back on law. Like it's just law.
I just you know what? My dad is a lawyer.
Word.
And he's like so
Is
passionate.
that why you also want to?
Because I grew up in a household like that, you understand? Then I just like then we used to watch a lot of NCIS and ID Discovery, and I always used to like figure out what's happening already before that.
If you struggle with talking, how are you going to represent your? You'll be shaking more than the guy who's being accused of murder.
Yeah.
You deal with it when you get there.
Yeah, I do think of that. My mom also asked me, like back in school, I used to do public speaking, but I would shit bricks before having to go and speak in front of people. But like, I still did it.
You still did it.
I still did it. But
no, like once you start, I also have massive stage fright. But I've always had stage fright. Like even back when I was doing athletics at school, I learned to deal with it by doing false starts. Like we used to be allowed 3 false starts, right? Seriously? Yeah. So every time I do athletics, I would start off slower because my heart is pounding so much. And then I'd have to do a lot of catching up. But once I realized that the moment that the gun goes off or I do a false start, my nerves, I run a bit. And then once I come back, I'm good to go now. I'm focused. So every time, especially my final year, I used to do that.
That's crazy.
That was my trick.
That's crazy. But now with dancing and MCing and stuff, you can't do false starts. Like, how do you?
You can't.
How do you?
You can't.
How do you do that? Like,
I guess you need to do it long enough for you to realize that this works for me, this doesn't work for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like yeah.
You're always hanging with your boys.
My brothers.
With your bros.
Yeah.
Superstar calling. Who's that calling?
It could be them even.
Alright, go. I was talking about hanging with the bros. Like you're always with the guys. How much has that helped you being around those guys? Your family, the Megatrons? Why are you the only girl actually?
So
I know they used to have girls before.
Yeah.
Or did they?
So yes. So when I joined Megatronz, so before Megatronz, I was a part of Salt and Light Chronicles, Dance Chronicles, and I was the only girl there as well. And then the leaders went to Harare, and then I think we were like 3 that were left here, and then we felt displaced in a way.
Oh yeah.
Because our family has gone. You know what I mean? And we felt like we couldn't stand together. I don't know what it was, but then the other 2 ended up joining Super Geeks. At that time, that was the name. And then Robin was like, "You're not going to Super Geeks, are you? If you would like, there's a spot open for you at Megatronz, Cool. Then I went to Megatronz and there was a girl, Mona Lisa White. Yeah. She was a part of Megatronz at the time. And then now it was the 2 of us. So I was still like, should I say like an understudy kind of like they would rehearse and do whatever they're doing and I would rehearse with them, but I would never perform with them. How old were you? This was end of 2017, going to 2018. Yeah, 2018, 2017, 18, 19, around about that time. You understand? So that's when I joined officially. So then, cool, they would go and they would perform. I feel like this was like for 6 months or so. And they would perform, they would do all of these things, but then I was just there. Then we were having this event called the Hype event here by Bulawayo Theatre. Yeah. So then at that event, it's like all these upcoming artists and dance crews, we just all link up, we all perform, showcase, whatever. Cool. So we wanted an all-girl dance crew at that time. So Robin was like, "You're gonna go that side." So this was called Royal Empire at the time. So it was me. Female. Yeah. And then we also had auditions for some girls to come join. So then, cool, we started that. And then that's when we had the hype event. And then from there, I don't know what happened, but like it was just me and Mona Lisa, like Royal Empire and Megatronz
together
merged, and then we became the Empire. Yeah, we would do all these crazy things together, and then cool. As time went by, people started living their lives, had babies, decided to stop dancing, decided to work, leave Zim as a whole, start lives elsewhere. They grew up. Yeah. So then now it was just and at the time there was also Minitrons. So there was Royal Empire, there was Megatronz, there was Minitrons, and together we were the Empire Dance Academy. So then that was that. So then people in those 3 crews decided to just,
do their own thing.
Yeah. And then the ones that were left were just now me, Robin, Mish, Manu Jr., and where am I missing?
So that's how that started.
Yeah. And then we were just now pushing together. And at that time, it was now COVID times. And then they were pushing YouTube. And then the boys, this was before I came in. There was also Z and Buto. And they were just pushing YouTube. This was during COVID, doing TikToks, And then I also now just came through, and then we just started doing what we were doing. And then the rest is history. Then, like for me, like I love doing everything with them, man. Like they're like literally my family. Like,
because you're always around.
Yeah.
For some reason, you're always around boys. I don't mean that in a bad way.
Yeah. Is it
because is the dance industry a male-dominated industry?
It is. I feel like it is.
Doesn't that affect your relationships now when you're trying to have a relationship with a guy and he's always seeing you with these boys? You know how boys think, especially the younger ones, the immature ones?
Yeah. Like my previous relationship, it was a problem. I'm always spending time with the guys, but then that was that. And yeah, like I just enjoy being around them, man. Like, and because we started dancing together like way back then, and we still are together now. Like, so I mean, they even come to my house. We just chill.
So do you see yourself starting an old girl dance group just to counter, so that your relationships can survive?
I would love to. If I tell you, I once started a crew, like, and it failed. It was called what? District Dance Crew. It was before Megatronz.
Serious.
It wasn't girls. It was me and who?
It was
just me and somebody. I don't even know who.
Some people.
And it was like bad. I don't know why we never literally like.
So how do you plan to deal with it in the future then? If a guy comes through and they're like, but why are you always with Mish? Roping low, and liboni gahle. Why are you dancing like that? Why are you shaking your booty in his direction?
Yo, that's ish. I'll deal with it when it comes, man. But then like they have to understand this is what we have to do. And there are times where he's going to have to hold my waist, Or
you'd rather just date someone in the industry
who understands. Maybe it could be that.
Have you dated someone in the industry?
Yeah, I think so. Almost did.
How did that go? What?
Because
I don't know.
Because you know.
I don't know. No, I'm not saying it. We're not going to go there.
Okay, cool.
We're not going to go
But
Shout out to my boy. Anyway. Okay, since it's a male-dominated industry, like how have you... Because I was talking to a female friend of mine who's also in the industry. She was like, I've learned not to talk a certain way or not to allow certain conversations to pass up a certain stage because guys, they now think a certain way. Are you always having to watch how you speak to people? Like, some people might assume that you're flirting with them.
No, not really. Because like these are like the people that I'm around with. I'm
not talking about your boys, but I'm talking about
in general.
Because your industry, women are heavily sexualized.
Ish, bruh, you can say that again.
So
you can say
I'm assuming that guys, whenever guys come to, I've seen you do the whole question and answer thing on your
on my Instagram.
A lot of guys just be saying some stuff.
Crazy stuff.
So
bro.
Professionally, have you had to deal with that? Like,
yeah, she's right. You have to watch what you say sometimes because people are just.
Have you had guys be like, so for you to get this gig, or when you go there asking for your money?
No, that is actually like, it hasn't happened to me directly, right? But there are people that I know that this is what they want, and I always like.
How do you deal with those?
I ignore and I like just back off. Like they'll be like, oh, okay, cool. Like
So
it wouldn't be direct. They would be like, why don't you come through and chill?
Don't you come through? Talk about the deal in my room.
And I'm just there and I'm like, no, we can talk over the phone. Like, why do I need to be?
Have you always been like that, or did you have to learn it?
I've always been like that. I've always literally been. Yeah, like I feel like in this game, you really need to, because things will happen, man. Things will happen.
That's why people like Kamo Mphela and them are starting their own studios to cut out all that stuff. Yeah. And how is she? You also met her.
I did. Worked with her twice for the Derby and Gauteng Portable. Yeah, she's cool. Like what you see on social media is how she is. Like she's fun, she's funky, she's like, when she walks in, she's like a queen, like the whole room is just...
She has that vibe.
And her swag.
Nah, she's cool.
She's cool. She's amazing. Yeah, and she's super talented as well. So, yeah.
Are you gonna get into music like Kamo? I mean, that seems like the nowadays. That seems like the
what everybody is doing.
Yeah, the blueprint.
No,
because I remember you did that ZITF gig where you that one. Yes. When you did that one and you were performing.
I was performing. As
a cover, like you
exactly. Yeah.
And, having my ear to the ground in some groups and whatnot, a lot of people were offended by that.
Serious? What were they saying?
Nah,
that it's a...
Like, how are they making her... In one, the fact that it was an essay song, and the fact that... Why is she performing? She's just a dancer.
Why is she...
an actual artist from...
So she was meant to come through. The artist, I guess. She was meant to come through and actually perform at the time. This has also happened before I'm not sure what the award show was.
So I never got to hear that people were not happy with you.
I heard. I heard that okay, wait, I won't say it now, but I'll tell you after
the name.
No, I'll tell you after the
tell us. Because no one watches this podcast. So you can tell us. Nobody's watching.
Let's mize.
So cool.
How that happened was we were rehearsing. Yes, I was just a dancer. When we were rehearsing, I was just a dancer. I was like dancing. So the artists whose songs we were dancing to were the ones who were supposed to come through and perform. So at the time, I don't think that artist could have come. I don't know what happened, but it was like a last minute thing. And then they were just like, child, you have to do this, and this is what I needed to do, and we're gonna walk you through everything, and here's the mic.
So it was like it was a solution to a problem.
Yes,
that came up.
And it has happened before at an award show where the artist was, I think, performing elsewhere or got delayed somewhere, and then they just had to. Then a dancer has to just stand in.
How was that you performed for the president?
3 times.
3 times.
It's crazy. That was like, was that my first time? Yeah, that was the first time where and King Mswati as well of Swazi. That was.
Hey, King Mswati. You could have been just. Who's that one?
Hey, that one. Who be this now?
I want another one.
I want another one. Nah, that was like, that was amazing, man. That was the president. That's big. President of Zim.
It is. Did you ever think you'd reach these places just by dancing?
Just by dancing, because people have to do crazy things to get to where I am right now. And for me it's just hard work and persistency, the drive, the passion, and God, man. Like that's.
Are you religious? Keep mentioning God.
Yeah, I believe that ish.
You go to church?
No, not as much as I would have wanted to go. But when I was in SA, I was going to church.
Which church?
No, I've forgotten the name. I'll check on my phone.
I remember around that time also you told me that people wanted you to start a music career, like, I've got this song, you can come through, I'll write for you, I'll record for you and whatnot. You didn't go through with it.
Guys, no.
I advised you not to, I remember.
Yeah.
But I was just in passing. You should have.
I should have.
No, I'm joking.
What, like?
You're not ready.
No, I don't feel like, I feel like if I do it, I'll just be doing it.
Your own decision. Like eventually, people can say all they want to say, but eventually the decision lies with you. Why didn't you do it?
I just felt like it wasn't aligning with what I wanted to do at the time or what I was doing at the time. And I felt like if I do music, I'm just going to be like one of those. I didn't want to be a one-hit wonder. And if I say I want to do music, you see how I am with dancing. Yeah. Like I know
You want to, yeah.
You know, but now with music at the time, I felt like, okay, I'm just going to do it for the sake of just doing it, get the views, cool. I wouldn't be as into it. You know what I mean? So,
you know, I am kind of surprised that you came here on your own. You didn't come with an entourage or like a new manager or someone, a handler.
Came with my daddy.
Yeah, I mean, you came with your dad.
Came with my daddy. Mm-hmm.
But I'm saying, like, you know, with the way that you've been moving lately, everything that's happening in your career, I'd expect you to be, you know, people to see that this is a gem that we need to protect. This is. Do you have a manager? Do you have like a team that you're working with? Like.
So I'm getting into that.
To explore other avenues.
Yeah, like my mom wants to manage me. Let me just say my family wants to manage me. They feel like I need a manager right now.
Does she have the time? Does she have what it takes? Because I know she's very supportive.
Yeah, right? She's very supportive. She always has been ever since I was small. Yeah, she really feels like she has been saying this for a very long time. That child, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this. And this is how you have to go about building your brand. You know, this is how you have to go about certain things like contracts. This is how you have to go about working with certain people. Like, you need to understand that a music video shoot is different from a performance.
Is she also a lawyer or?
No, my mom is in PR and communications and she's running a nursery school.
So that makes sense. Kind of does. Yeah. If she's in PR and communication, it's halfway there.
Halfway there, yeah. So she
is the lawyer, so you know.
So yeah, she feels as though now it would be
How do you feel?
a right time for me to get a manager.
Or you feel like she'd be cramping your style?
No, like my mom knows what she's talking about. I feel like she has my best interests at heart. You understand? So like I feel like no, she wouldn't be cramping my style, but I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about it, having a manager right now.
Because you do need to be protected. I remember when we were doing when we did the show where you're dancing for Debza and Busilapa. And after
we did like so many though. That one by Boundary.
Yeah, the one by the one where we ended up just performing because people wanted to perform. You remember that one?
Oh, that one. That was Boundary.
School. Yeah,
I remember.
Yeah. And after the performance, a few of the guys that were there, you know, the ones that think they're being guys, they're now coming around trying to buy you drinks and ask who's buying drinks. And I was like, nah, nigga, relax. You talk to me.
Sit down. Yeah, you talk to me.
Yeah.
Are you still in management?
Currently, no.
Okay, when you were, what was it like working with artists? Like,
it was cool. It was a learning curve for me because we were both learning. I was working with artists that were also coming up and learning. I mean, I always knew that I was going to leave him at a certain point.
So it's not something that you wanted to do, like artist management?
If I had, no. My interest at that time was more of, let's build this thing from ground zero up to a certain point. Because I feel like artists always need their day ones and then you need a day two. Someone who's going to take you to the next level, you know, where I haven't gotten there. In the beginning, I guess I kind of get to carry you. I tell you this advice that when you get to your day twos, I feel like it's time for you to also carry me as someone. You're gonna, if you are wise enough, you're gonna allow me into the space so that I learn while you're also being carried by, say, who's a popular manager? Scooter Braun. You need a Scooter Braun to really open up, you know, the world view. And then if you'll find a space in your team for me, or you just be like, yo, but this is how they do. And eventually, I also get to be able to get to that space. Or if we're lucky, if you blow up like that and we just go together also. But I never looked at myself as someone who was going to take them to the so when it got to a point where a lot of things were happening and a lot was just happening.
Okay.
I'm not going to get into that.
Yeah. And then you just stopped.
And then I was like, okay, let me move back and try and analyze what the next step is. But it was dope, man.
Do you ever meet like challenging artists and promoters that you have to work with, and they're just like,
definitely,
of course, ne?
All the time, definitely. Artists are, I guess I'm lucky in the sense that I for some reason artists respect me. Like I have a respectable demeanor, you know. I don't get to have to deal with, but artist is an artist, especially once they know that there's someone who's handling a certain part of their career, they're going to be a bit more reckless than they usually are on their own.
Yes.
Because they know that Crown is going to come and take care of this, or Crown is going to do this. But that's part of the fun of it, because I'm learning through that also.
Like, I mean, even now, I always ask you for advice about little things here and there.
Yeah.
And you always...
Yeah. I really want that 15% now.
It went from 2 to 15.
Oh, it was 2.
Yeah, it was 2. But I got you, man.
I'll just ask you about, like, how do you take your jobs? Like, how do you decide this job is for me, or it's every job counts?
So at first it was every job, like just take everything, just like whatever comes
and all that,
just take it. But now there are times where I'm like, is it worth it to do this?
How is it, like, when you say worth it, is it about the money?
Yeah, it could. That's one factor, yes, the money. And also, like, do I want to associate myself with that person, or what those people are doing, or what they're trying to sell? You understand? So
where they are performing, where the show is.
Yeah. So sometimes it's like, do I want to attach myself to that? Yes or no? No. Like for now, like I was in essay, and I had to think, okay, these guys want me for the numbers.
Yeah.
Is it worth it for me to go? And I was like, oh, of course, this is the biggest award show in Zim. So I could have stayed, and I could have been like, Do
you feel like you missed out on certain things when you came back for the numbers? Now that you've done them, were they worth it?
Yeah, it was. But that's not it. Like the experience
the experience.
The learning of it.
Why running away from the bag?
The bag was mwah. Yes, of course. The bag was mwah. Yes.
That purse doesn't look fat to me.
You think I walk around? Nah, nigga.
Nah, but I feel you. What's like? Okay, fine. You move from Bulawayo. You're thrown into this pit of fire and essay. It's gig after gig after gig after gig. How did you adjust to that? Because here it's kind of slow. Like, what's the biggest difference that you?
The dance industry, that side is very different from here. That side, it's like, wow.
It's like proper. It's like, a well-oiled machine.
It is. And yeah, I feel like...
what's the most that you made?
Like in terms of money?
How long were you in essay? Like?
I went October, November, December. Came back in January. After sometime around... So
in 3 months, all that happened?
Yeah.
What's the biggest bag that you made?
I'm not going to say the number, but it was...
It was big.
Yeah.
What's the biggest bag you've made here?
Yeah, it was also big, but this was in Harare, not here.
No, I mean just as you, not as the team, as you.
As me. Yeah, in Harare.
Yeah. How much was it?
Like a 5.
Just for you?
Just for me.
So dancers are making money, Bella?
It depends on the gig, bro. It depends on... That one was T10 cricket.
Okay.
That one was, It depends on the gig, guys.
Did it come good, or you had to do a lot of...
No, it was proper. Smooth. Like, they were very professional, and everything was in order. So
professionalism is the same this side and that side, or some people struggle this side?
Yeah, this side-ish, guys. I don't know. We have to literally wait as that. Like, you wait, bro, for your money. You wait. You'll do the job, ne?
Yeah, and then maybe the struggle is there everywhere anyway. Whether it's essay or Bulawayo, but...
Yeah, but the biggest difference, like you asked, in essay, the dance industry is very, very different. Like that side, like for all the gigs, it felt like I was dancing with 7 different Mandisas. You understand? And we're all fighting for that spot, because that side,
the competition is real.
The competition is crazy. But here, I feel like we're relaxed because we all know, okay, Mandisa. Sure.
Yeah, you're the king. You walk in, it's automatic.
Yeah, there's one. Like, we all know each other at this side. That side, bruh, everybody wants...
There's always someone new coming for your job.
Everybody, yes, spot. Exactly. Here, we all know each other. We're all a community like this. We all know, like, if this is happening, we all know the dancers that are going to go there are these people. If this is happening, okay, we know. Yeah. Okay. But that side, you don't know. Nothing is certain.
So how are you dealing with that? Like, just knowing that... Anytime they can be like, you're looking tired. They can,
bro.
Kidiboni.
Yeah.
Let's see you.
I had a friend called Kidiboni, actually. That's right. So
I didn't know that.
You didn't know, yeah. So it was really, the pressure is real. You really have to work. You really have to work. So I feel like I needed that.
You love or like or enjoy?
Yeah, like I feel like I needed that because now I felt very relaxed and like this, like it felt like I'm not moving.
Now you're comfortable here.
Ne? Exactly. And then that side, it's more of like they're pushing me to like literally grow and to literally like do better every single time.
You mentioning that. I feel like I need to grow. There's so much that I didn't know.
You see, there's so much that I didn't know.
Exposure is important, eh? Being exposed.
A lot is, yeah. So being that side, I feel like it really did help me. And yeah. That's
I feel isn't you going back?
Yeah.
Are you planning on coming back and becoming like sort of a mentor or, you know, that thing that people do, they go out there and then they come back.
Like for now, I want to just balance both, like being here and being that side. Like if I'm needed here, and like I said, if it's worth it for me to come back for like, let's say ZITF, trade fair, let's say BAA or whatever it is that I'm coming back for, then I'm going to come back and we operate. Then I go back and I do whatever I'm doing that side. But like, I want to just balance both. And I don't know how long I'm going to stay there for. And if it so happens that I don't come back and then I come back maybe like 10 years from now. Yeah, of course, one day I do want to open a studio. Like we did talk about starting a all-girl dance crew. Those are some of the things that I really do want to push and really want to do. So yeah, I mean, if it happens, it happens.
It happens. I mean, I guess sometimes people get caught up in the whole trying to build a legacy. You know, what are you going to do tomorrow when you're
But I feel like I need more knowledge now.
Yeah, plus I feel like you've done a lot, but it's just at the beginning.
It's just at the exactly. I still need to learn so much. I still need I don't think
enjoy it.
And why are we forgetting that one? And enjoy it, you know, savor it all.
Because, you know, people put this pressure of, you know, you need to save the industry and whatnot and, you know, change things. No.
It's not like that.
I don't think you do.
Yeah.
So for now, you're the one who's handling your money, your affairs, all of that.
Everything.
Damn.
But mama wants to come through now. And I feel like I might just need her help. So, but yeah, all along it's been
because I mean, I'm assuming the bag for the Kamo gig was all right. You know, and like, how does it work? Like, do dancers get anything after, or it's a once-off payment? You never get royalties. You never for your appearance, for your image, nothing.
Not like artists. Like it's just a once-off payment.
Do you feel like it should be like artists? Because that day I saw you post something about the Grammy. Was it the Grammy?
Yeah. How come the Oscars? Yes. How come the Oscars don't have an award for best choreographer?
Yeah.
Crazy. Because we do put in the work, and I feel like artists need dancers need arts. Like we balance each other out. You know what I mean? And it feels as though dancers are not looked at. It feels like we're just undermined, and it feels like you know, the way we're treated is very different from an artist. Like,
you're disposable.
Ish.
You break your leg, you're like, okay, cool. Another Mandisa 2.0.
Ish, you know, and it's crazy because like we really do like put in the work, man. Like we really work and we work and we work and we work. It's not even fun. It's not even a joke. Like people are getting injured. People are literally like, yo.
Yeah. So what's in the contracts then? Like when you're signing contracts.
Like I remember somebody was telling me that you need to get insurance for your legs.
For your legs.
For your legs, for your what? Because you could be performing one day, then the stage just goes.
Yeah, because I'm sure American artists have insurance. Beyonce's legs are insured.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like we don't really.
So what's in the contracts? Like when you're signing, what's in the contracts? If there's no splits, if there's no.
Your once-off payment, Mphela. Your once-off payment, your rehearsal, everything to do with your rehearsal, your transport money, your food, your what. But it depends, like if it's a performance or if it's a music video, But people are afraid of contracts. Why are people afraid of contracts? Like if you tell them like...
Because contracts are binding, isn't it? So people, especially from my experience here, you know, people want to be able to say, no, don't worry. I told you the money is coming today, but tomorrow. And then tomorrow, they can do that because there's no contract. There's nothing binding them to.
Yeah.
And vice versa. When you take the money, like you have to keep your mouth shut.
Yeah. And when you...
yeah.
You know, when you take the money, you have nothing. You have no leg to stand on.
Because you tell people that talk to my manager or
that's an insult. Yeah. Manage. Our fellows banana.
You see?
Manager.
So how were you? Yeah, you tell us from a manager's perspective.
Yeah, I faced that a lot.
Because I'm sure there were artists or bets. Okay, maybe promoters were going behind your back and going to the artist themselves.
Every time, actually.
And then how would you deal with
it? At first, I'd be like, I'd take over the conversation, but then I noticed that, it's all right. It's fine. Let me just answer from the artist's phone or whatever. And they think they're talking to the artist, but
it's actually you.
Sometimes I'm like, this conversation is not.
It's not really worth it.
Especially here locally.
It's crazy, né?
It's difficult to grow. It's difficult to.
It's very. You know what I mean? Yes, talent. Because I remember one of my friends in Harare was saying I've been pushing ever since, bro. I remember, what was my first gig? It was something by BC there.
Yeah.
Something. And I've been doing this since 2017, 2018 here in Blues. Yeah. But then when I went to SA, 3 months.
3 months.
So it's here, it's very hard to grow. It's very hard to, yes, you might get your fan base, of course, but you'll be a celebrity, but nothing to show for it. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's ish, guys, come on.
Even to sharpen your skills, because trying to be a manager is a skill. So you learn even from the beginning, I know people say, don't get your friends to manage you. They will not take you anywhere. But if you're in the beginning of your career, if I also want to be a career manager, right? I need to start with you. I'm learning the ropes. How do we deal with this? The PR and all that stuff. But here it is just so difficult because people have a negative outlook on managers. It's until people try and approach Amara Brown and then she's like, no, talk to my manager. And you're looking at her. You're talking to her like, hi, Amara, how's it going? My name is... Can I? And then she's like, oh, no, wait.
Talk to her.
That's when people can see the importance of that.
Yeah. We have a long way to go. Crazy.
Because you need the weight off your shoulders, as an artist, just like you. You can't spend 5 hours at rehearsal and then go and do your own admin. Now you have to think about how much do I charge? Now you're too tired to charge. You're just like, okay, give me that $25. It's fine.
It is what it is. Yeah.
What's the least amount you've ever received? Unexpectedly.
Besides free.
Besides free.
Yeah.
Pepsi and chips.
From who? Were you supposed to get paid? Had you agreed to the Pepsi and chips?
No. How do you agree to okay, I'm going to dance for you, then you give me Pepsi and chips? No.
The look on your face, the look of disgust. I would have just eaten and drank it,
No, okay, the least, is $5. Let's just $5.
Was it from someone you expected to give you $5 or it was bro, you of all people?
Do you know what? Back in the day, right?
I mean, I get it. Every artist in the beginning, things are going to be tough. You're
of course.
Taken advantage of and all that. Everyone goes through that all over the world.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the unexpected one. You're like,
No, but that's the thing. You need to talk about these things before you take the job. Because they'll surprise you. Yeah. They'll if you don't speak about you need to be very street smart even because these people will manipulate and they will use you and they will
How long did it take you to realize that?
So I was about to say before, I didn't care about the money. I just enjoy just being on stage, guys. I just didn't the energy, the energy from the people who are watching you. They're like, it's dope. That whole thing. I just used to enjoy that until I realized that no, I'm using my own money to go to this event.
And the makeup needs to be bought.
The hair, child, the clothes, the everything. I'm using my own money, so I'm investing in this. But what am I getting out of it?
Yeah.
And of which at the time, my grandparents, they I used to stay with my grandparents, right? And they used to be like, this dance thing is not going to take you anywhere. Up until they saw me bringing something tangible home. Yeah. I was now buying bread. Small nyana things, and then
Pepsi and chips,
Pepsi and chips, doing these small things, right? For my grandfather at the time. My grandmother had passed on. So then that's when my grandfather was now like, oh, so what you're doing actually has money.
I can imagine how difficult it was for him to accept him being a war vet and all.
Oh, you know.
No.
So yeah, he was always school,
Yeah.
or find something else to do, like sports. So let me tell you a story. Hey, I used to be like, okay, Kulu, I'm going for hockey practice. So I used to stay close to the hockey stadium.
Yeah.
I'm wearing my tracksuit, but inside I've got, the three peaks. The trip is inside, but then I'm wearing
hiding.
Yes, and I'll be like, okay, cool, I'm going for, and I'll walk with my hockey stick. Then there was like a bush, like by the corner of my house there. I'll throw the hockey stick there. I'll take it when I come back.
You come back home.
Yo.
You know, girls usually do that when they're going to meet their boyfriends, and then they're like, we're going to church. But you're doing it for dance.
And I was doing it for dance.
That's how dedicated you are.
And it was crazy. It was crazy business because he didn't want to hear it. And then I remember the time when he saw me, was it on the newspaper? The first time I came out on the newspaper.
Yeah.
Did he not he was so proud. He literally was like so proud. So I feel like I'm driven by making my grandparents proud. Because they like always just wanted the best for me, literally. And for them to see like how far dancing has taken me, like I feel like they're like smiling up in heaven, like, okay, you proved us wrong now. Okay, I see what you do.
Has that always been the drive? Like even through the chips and Pepsi, when you're eating them, you're like, maybe I should just quit this and do low.
But I don't think there's ever been a time when I was like, I'm gonna quit. It's always been no matter what, no matter the chips. Where does that
come from? Like, do you love dance that much?
The love, man. The love. Like,
do you want to be famous?
I want to be good at what I do. I want to be the best at what I do.
Does fame have anything to do with it? How much?
It just like fame. It like I don't want to say I'm a celebrity. I don't want to say I'm famous.
Yeah.
But it just happened on its own. Do you know what I mean?
Just know you. You're not famous. People
TikTok.
Know you.
Yeah, like from TikTok, we're just vibing on TikTok, just doing these challenges, and then from there, like the traction just grew, and then people were just like.
So if we took away the fame, would you still be doing it?
Most definitely. Most definitely. Most definitely. Like I would still be there doing whatever it is I'm doing because I just love dancing so much. It's crazy.
That's what keeps you going. Just the fact that
the love, man.
The next stage. What's your biggest stage that you're aiming for right now?
Super Bowl. If not Super Bowl, then Coachella.
About that, the Super Bowl is big.
Super Bowl, then if not that, then it's Coachella maybe, but Super Bowl, man, just to say.
At the Super Bowl, there's like a lot of dances. So it's going to be like maybe 100 or 200.
Yeah, but then
you're at the
doesn't matter. To be a part of that whole production would be
she's
wild.
Grace, so she'd probably maybe fall and people be like, who's that one that fell? And then the camera goes to you.
There's those guys who are actually behind the camera that only the crowd can see.
Yeah.
To make things worse,
No, but you see, that's the thing about you. You're easy to pick out, like, because you have this animated look, the face, so I feel like even in a sea of 200 dancers, you're always going to stand out.
I remember the biggest, what should I say? The biggest dance ensemble that I was a part of was the Soweto Derby. We were like 50 plus. And this is FNB Stadium. It's huge, bro. It's huge. Like people look like ants when you're standing there. Like it's like the ground is there, and then all here is the stadium, man.
Is the stadium.
So I feel like that was the biggest but man, you don't
That's
even.
the biggest you performed at so far.
The biggest crowd.
You were in a ball, literally.
The biggest
FNB.
The calabash.
What?
Yeah, it is a Super Bowl.
It is.
In some sense.
But then there's also Barber Fields. We did do Independence at Barber Fields, but I feel like Barber Fields is smaller, ne?
It is definitely
tiny.
So FNB might just be the biggest crowd that I've actually performed for. I'm trying to. There was T10 cricket, but but FNB still.
Nothing beats FNB right now.
Yeah, because Beyonce is gonna be there next year.
Yeah,
in April, so that is huge.
Chances
are FNB.
Yeah, but maybe you never know. Let's put it out there.
Let's just say we're going to watch. We're going to watch.
You'll be watching.
At least be inside. Security, maybe at least. Just aim to have a tag.
Yeah.
If you go back, you know your spot is there.
Praying for it.
Do you feel like so you're gonna have to start again from scratch, glowing up in SA when you go back?
No. So there was like an artist that I was dancing for, and Soweto's Finest. They still are open to having me. So that's just that. And of course,
Yeah.
we're gonna venture into other avenues.
How
And
do your brothers feel about losing you?
they haven't lost me. They have not lost me. Like no. I'm still their baby sister, man.
I know that, but when you go out there and it's
I want
like
them to win as well. I want them to do what they're doing. Like
for sure.
And now a giant.
ish.
How do you deal with that? Like when you went to SA and you did the Kamo thing and your other guy didn't make it to the final video. How did you deal with that experience, the emotions, knowing that, okay, I came, this is my brother, this is, my homie.
So
He didn't make it, right?
yeah, like he was told to sit out on the day of the shoot. But during like the whole rehearsal, we were together. Like everything we were pushing together. Everything was like we're even rehearsing and running through the pieces together because, like I said, some of them, they knew the choreo already and then we didn't. So that was that. But like, yeah, it was crazy because I wanted us to do it together and share the moments together. Like what I'm feeling, I wish he also felt it too in that moment. But he's amazing still. He's like, he's amazing and he's in the UAE right now. So
he's not around.
No, he's in the UAE
dancing. Or he's doing other things.
Yeah, doing other things. Dancing, of course, yes.
Did he quit after that experience?
No, he didn't quit. No, but I feel like it only made him stronger.
Word.
Yeah, it only made him stronger. And that's the thing with being in SA. Like nothing is certain.
Nothing is guaranteed.
Like you just need to constantly be on your toes. You need to constantly be pushing. Like don't relax, man. Otherwise,
I feel like leaving people behind is a part of the entertainment industry. It's at least it's part of growth. So I know you love your brothers.
I do, man. And I just want us to go to the top together, man. But
everybody can't go, unfortunately.
I will try.
Some go, yes, but everybody can't go.
Yeah, but we'll try, man. We'll try.
But you just have to realize that it's not hate or it's not because you don't want to go with them or they don't want to go with you. Because you might go and then they end up going.
Like, but
I
hope
they always going to call you because, you're you.
Of course. And I'm always going to be like Megatron forever.
But it hasn't caused any underlying, like, you haven't felt like you're leaving them. Like, I'm sure every now and then, like,
there are times when I'm in SA and I wish they were here with me. Like I love doing things with them. Like people don't even understand. Like
why didn't they come with you?
So when me and Robin went, we were going as a duo. So they were gonna follow as a crew of their own. So like there are different divisions in that dance competition. Yeah, there's crew, there's 1-on-1, there's 2-on-2, there's all these different divisions. So they were gonna follow, but because of maybe money issues, they didn't manage to come through. So it's happening again this year, just in Cape Town though. So we're planning to go as a crew this time. And we want to go together and do everything together and be Megatronz together in SA. You know what I mean? So that's on the agenda for this year. But
so what's the end goal? What's the end goal? Like,
to be happy, bruh.
When are you dancing? You're dancing until how old? I feel like dancing is like sports. Sports, you okay.
They always say that an amazing dancer knows when to quit.
Yeah.
And I think you told me that as well. You once told me that.
I don't know, but it sounds like something I would say.
So I don't know, man. I don't know when I would be
remember I told you that I feel like...
Tom Cruise is still doing stunts at 60.
But not the stunts he was doing at 25.
He's on there was one where he was hanging on a helicopter. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I'm just saying like, I was saying, what I remember telling you is I feel like you need to recover like an athlete.
Yes, when I was telling you that I'm like tired and
like that whole stuff. Yeah. I don't know, they do ice baths or whatever.
And they kept on like emphasizing that during our number rehearsal because like our muscles are so painful. But to imagine myself going the cold or even a cold shower.
That's how top athletes stay at the top.
Yeah, we would just like de-stretch, like just unstretch. Is that a thing? Unstretching. Yeah.
It's just stretching.
Yeah. But guys, the muscles.
So that's why when I say what's the end goal, I'm asking like at 35,
I can still be dancing at
when
35.
the body starts bodying. Yes, you can, but you know that split won't be the same split. You'll be after the split. You'll be like, guys,
help,
can you
pull me up?
Yeah.
Nah,
what is it that you hope you'd have achieved at that point in your career?
That's a good question. That's a very
good question.
That's a very good question. What? Yeah. At that time, when I'm 35, guys,
But 35 is fun, eh? There's no knowing. There's no telling.
Yeah, you never know.
Married with 5 children.
But I'll still be dancing, even with my kiddies, bro. Even if, I remember last week I went for a shoot and there was this girl who was a part of the shoot as well, and she was pregnant and dancing. And I was like, wow, that is other people, they just feel lazy. They just want to be
and I feel like women nowadays are way more active than our parents were, man.
So it was just cool to see that she's still doing what she loves, and but she was tired, but she was still going. She was still going, and I'm like, wow. Yeah. Okay. That's what's up. So yeah, at 35, man, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I do want to open my own dance studio, yes, one day. But yeah. Let me think about it. Yeah, that's crazy.
Cool. You can meditate on it. Take your time. There's no rush.
That's crazy. I mean, everybody wants to open a dance studio, but I'm sure there's more to it.
So what are you telling 12-year-old Mandisa or that girl who Instagrammed you and was like, I've been looking up to you at 5. What are you telling her to have if she says, what do I need to do?
All right. Clap.
Hey.
Go back.
Okay.
I would say what would you tell her, that girl, to help her have an easier path or an easier, because I feel like it's never going to be easy.
It's
easy, but to have an easier path or journey compared to yours.
What would I tell her?
What's the most important, the guiding principle for you that you wish you knew?
That I wish I knew when I was still. You're gonna meet a lot of different people along your way, along your path. Other people are gonna want to dim your lights. Others are gonna want to, okay, let me just say, others are gonna want to bring you down. Others are gonna want to uplift you. And others are just gonna be in your circle just because they feel like they can benefit from you. So you always need to just be smart about who you keep around you and what you do with those people as well. So for me, I would just tell her, just be smart about what you do. If I would want to tell myself, just be smart about what you did. You should have been smarter. Let me put it that way. Should have been smarter back then, because now I know more that I wish I knew when I was younger. So yeah. And of course, just be consistent with what you do, man. Just be consistent with what you do. Like you said, the road is going to be tough, but don't stop.
And about making money?
Have a contract. Have a contract always. Have a contract always, because people are going to want to manipulate you and use you, and it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy.
And dealing with sexual predators?
Be smart. And you need to know yourself. Also, it goes
How
back
can you tell? Can you tell when a guy just wants to smash?
You can tell. Niggas, you can tell. You can tell. Because they'll be like, okay, I'm going to do this and this for you.
What's the approach?
So,
what's the weirdest approach? What's the weirdest DM you've ever received from a popular face?
Popular face? None. It's usually these crazy ones. These other ones, the fads, some of the fads.
Nothing from a popular guy who was like,
trying to think.
Me and you. You and me.
Of course, I've been asked out by certain popular people, but it hasn't been
And you could tell what this guy just wants to
smash. So, yeah, but that's the thing. Yeah, you're right. Sometimes you never know. But there are times where you can just pick up that, this person, why are they doing all of these things for me? What do they want in return? You understand? So that's when you need to be like,
It's so sad that you might find with some guys are actually just genuinely kind enough to be like, let me help you along your path. But nowadays, you really can't tell.
But then what are they getting out of it?
Yeah.
You can't beat that. You can't
It's
beat
unfortunate that people, it's all about benefiting nowadays. And to give you something for me to
like people are not being genuine, and it's not like pure intentions anymore. It's like, okay, tit for tat, not tit for tat as such, but give me something and I'm going to give you something. You understand? What you need, got you. But you have to give me this in return. You know what I mean?
I feel like you have a good head on your shoulders. You have a good support system. You've been doing it. You've been doing it the right way.
We got crown.
Yeah, I'm always there. I'm always there to do what I need to do and I have to do it.
Yes, yes. Shout out
but you have your mom and your dad, which is cool. Your mom is the loudest in the crowd whenever she's there. I remember when the last one you hosted was at the Sanganai thing. She was there in the stage, front. Really, she was like
with her phone.
Even came on stage. Like I'm like, damn.
Even Nama, she's there. Like
these young mothers are really cool.
Yeah, she's dope, man. I love my mom.
Oh, she was there at the Namas?
Yeah, she was there with my aunt. Yeah.
It's interesting that you had your parents never like they always believed in you. They allowed you to do, but for some reason your grandparents then you had to prove to them. There's always, someone you have to prove to. Because a lot of the guys we've spoken to always had to then prove to the parents. But for you, the parents were supportive. But
so supportive.
It was the other.
Both my mom and my dad, so supportive. Even like some of my aunts and my uncles, like they always tell me, like, we're so proud of you. We love to see what you're doing. You're doing so well. And it's nice to hear that, like my family's got my back, because family is all that we got at the end of the day.
And it helps that you carry yourself so well.
Thank you.
So I think, because you never know what people do when they're out there on their own.
Yes, that's very true. You just never know. But yeah. Shout out to my family, especially my mom. She's the one who drives me, like, even late at night when we're having these gigs, like at wherever. She'll come and pick me up. She'll come at 4 a.m. there when we're now done. She'll come and give me.
I mean, she has to, because, if she says no, who's going to come and pick you up? It's these guys that want something then. They're like, you want me to just come at 4 for nothing?
Yeah.
So it's really important for parents to be, especially for females, women to have parents who are super supportive, because if you can't give it to them, another guy's going to come and give it to them. And then, now we have a situation. Cool. Thanks for coming through. I know you're busy. I know you're running for, unless you have something you want to talk about, you want people to know.
I don't know. What else do you want to ask? I don't know anything about myself. Ask me.
What you mean?
It's hard.
Do you have something you want to ask?
You said a lot. Like, you said a whole lot.
I tried.
Like, I don't know what to say. But then you
I tried, because the last previous episodes have been like an hour 40. Both of them, right?
Yeah, this is an hour 40 also.
Wow.
So you're really good at this.
Am I?
Yeah.
No, it's just that these guys, the people who say they're going to say the least, they're the ones who are going to say the most. Like,
oh, she's right. I'm just good at making people talk.
To speak,
I feel like with you, I didn't get enough out.
Really? There's more.
What do you think people would want to know?
So we must do a part 2 then.
We might do a part 2. It's just that I don't like asking about the personal stuff, like the boyfriends and whatnot. I feel
ask whatever you want to ask.
People don't want to know. Do you want to know?
Nah.
Let the people wonder.
Let them wonder.
If you're dating someone or not.
I'm not.
You have a stalker though. Is he a stalker?
Crowd. But we crushed that. Is
he still stalking you?
No. Remember I told you that his friend. So I used to have the stalker guy, guys. He was always on my ass. Like, he was like 24/7. I want to have babies with you. Like, why are you not calling me? Where are you? All these things. And
that was weird. At some point, I was scared for you, bro.
And I told him about it. And I would send him screenshots of everything that this guy would say. And it came to a point. It was going on for like a very long time, like a year, ne? A year.
Yeah.
And I used to mize like everything. And the guy became so suicidal. The guy, it was crazy, man. He was doing some crazy things.
He's probably going to watch this.
I hope you find the peace and the healing and your person is out there. But it's not me. It's not me. It's not me.
You had to go to the cops though. I felt like
I feel like if you started like coming to my house and standing outside my gates and knocking and banging and doing crazy things, like following me in town, taking pictures of me, or like, you know what these weird stalkers do. Like
very close to doing that.
Yeah, if you did that, then yeah, I was gonna like get a restraining order.
Was he the only guy that's ever gone crazy over you like that, or?
Yeah. I mean, there are these weirdos like on social media that just DM you and say some crazy things, but
what's the craziest thing you've heard?
Ish.
That sticks out. I'm sure it's been a lot.
It's you know, some people will be like, I can't say it now. Kids are gonna watch this, but they say some like sexual things.
It's always
yeah, like some crazy things, and they put it out there. Like some will even post my picture on their like pages or have me as their profile pictures on Instagram, and I'll be like, oh, okay.
But those are just fans, and people have pictures of Beyonce and Travis Scott all the time.
Yeah.
When?
Do you know what? I actually don't even look at myself like a celebrity like that. So like when people do it, it's like,
it's weird. Like how do you draw the line between admiration and
that's the like
and obsession and then just plain weird? Especially for, I think it must be even worse for, we don't have celeb culture in Bulawayo. So I feel like a lot of people don't know how to deal with it or don't know how to feel about it when it then happens to them.
When it happens, yes, that's true. Yeah.
And I guess, you know, you are getting a taste of that when people do that.
I feel like this stalker guy was like, yeah, that one was like the highest that I feel like.
Did you tell your mom?
No, I didn't.
So if she watches this is the first time she'll hear it.
Yeah, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, but that guy, guys, it was crazy. It was crazy. Then his friend even DM'd me and was like, what you're doing is not nice. You need to respond to him. And then I blocked him. I'm like, excuse me? And then I just blocked. And then with him, I don't even know where he is. But I hope where he is, man, he's good. Because that was insane.
And you're not the only female artist that has experienced this. I have a lot of female friends who are in the industry, and if you check their DMs, it's insane. And you're like, what's this guy thinking? What if I screenshot you and put you like? What happens with people?
I really don't know. I think you should interview a stalker next time.
You know, you should give me that guy's number. The boys are calling.
The brothers are calling.
The brothers are calling. And it is time to wrap it up. Thank you, Mandisa.
Thank you.
Mandisa Maseko.
You had to say my second name.
You know, I'm giving the stalkers more information. Storm ZW. Yeah, turn the superstar on. Put the shares on.
What? Thank you for having me. Shout out to you, man. High five.
Shout out to me.
And me. And you. And the people watching.
Shout out to X.
Hey.
The guy behind the technician.
Shout out to you.
We're going to do a challenge. You teaching him. I would love to see that.
I can't wait.
Coolios. We must do a part 2.